Good evening. I think that's really stuttering red though, so I'm not sure if my stream's actually live or not. Oh, it's gone a little bit more green now. I'm not sure if we're lagging there or not. My kilobits are saying 1400, so hopefully it's not lagging too much. Just going to see if my internet settles down perhaps. Good evening all. Good evening Nix, Morat, Buzzwold. How are you all? Thanks for stopping by. I'm hoping my stream is going to pick up a little bit. Seems to have gained a little bit of speed there. Am I lagging a bit? Let's have a look at my stream health. Currently is saying bitrate is excellent, but I'm not sure about that. Does seem to have a little bit of lag on there. It's definitely gone down a bit now. It's fluctuating a fair amount. We have had problems with our internet on and off tonight, so let's see how that goes. I haven't changed anything in OBS, but if it does cause problems, let me know. There's a little lag, is there? Yeah, it looks like my OBS is telling me it's red, so that's telling me there are some dropped frames. Good evening, French Stud and Wallon, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we've got some lines there now. Bitrate's there. View details in Twitch Inspector. Let's have a look at that. See if we've got anything telling me that there's different there. Log in with Twitch. Let's have a look at Twitch Inspector, see if that tells me anything. Anything different. There we go. Yeah, it's buffering here in NA as well. Okay. Okay, let me just try. It could be ISP. I could try rebooting. Everything's green on there. Give me a moment. Let me just try a setting. I'll be back in one moment. Alright, we're back. It doesn't seem to be any better. Oh, it seems to have gone green now. Okay, we might be better off. There we go. We're back. Hopefully that will settle down. Hopefully. What else did I miss? What do I think about the Battered Hilt Farm? I have no idea. I haven't tried it. Good evening, Dado. How are you? Zanzaful. Ballsy, good evening. Nitsu, Michael Ram. Try another ingress server. I think it was, we had another computer upstairs that was doing an upload, and I think that was taking all the bandwidth. If it was WoW the main issue, my game would have FPS, but even the camera is laggy. Yeah, it was everything upstairs, I think. Twitch out here had issues loading up. Guess they have some issues. It could be a number of things, but OBS is telling me it's all green now, so fingers crossed, we're all good then. Gifalzo, good evening, how are you? Thank you for the follow, coming straight in there, hope you're doing well. Welcome to my Sunday night stream. And good evening, Annette, thanks for stopping by. How was your weekend? Hope all was good. Right, let's get back into the thick of things. Let's have a look. Now, I haven't been on at all this entire weekend since Friday, so it's going to be interesting to see if I've had any sales, because I've probably expired everything again, so we'll see how it goes. It's all better there, is it, Friendster? Excellent. Good evening, Arthurs. How are you? You bought a second EU account today, so now can farm and be on the auction house at the same time. Oh, excellent. That's something I would consider with Samadan as a second account. Maybe I could do something like that, but I'm not quite at that stage where I'm ready yet. Good evening, Bacon Bits. How are you? Hope everyone had a lovely weekend. Galactor, good evening to you too. Thanks for stopping by. We're just going to go and have a look at the mail now. I'm expecting 150, so we do have some expires. So let's take those off. I imagine a lot of my other stuff is going to expire. Still laggy, but voice is fine. Okay. Maybe give it a little while, because it does look like it's okay on the OBS's side for the moment. I seem to have filled up. Oh yes, because I forgot I did the farm, didn't I? It's been so long since I've looked at everything since the farm. I've even got legs that need sorting out. Hold on. Let's sort everything out. We can't do the mail until we sort everything else out. Weather's been rather nice. Weather has been absolutely lovely. Weekend's been fun. Been levelling a pacifist, or two actually. Since you managed to kill the first one yesterday at level 20, but got the second one to 20 about 30 minutes ago. Very nice, Annette. I'd quite like to try that. That does sound like fun. Right, let's sell trash, and then I'm guessing scrapping this lot will be a good idea. I'm going to do this on Samadan because I can make use of these. The only other thing is the cord, the 350 leather waist. We need to sell that. So let's have a look at putting that on. What did we have that we could put that on? Let's take a group for the moment. Probably in our specials. We have one here. Let's give it just a basic one. Add that in. A 350. Standard operation. Let's just give it a normal average region and DB market. Give it something like that. We don't need a sniper operation. Let's try that. Pop that one in. See if we get anything. Let's run a post scan. Get those up. There we go. Good evening, Levitt. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Weekend was fine. A tip, so you guys don't waste 2 hours. Don't watch the new Predator movie. Okay, Dark Winged, I didn't even realise there was a new one out. They've long since jumped the shark on that one, I think. It's fun, nerve-wracking as you have to dodge absolutely everything, but I should try it. Yeah, I think that would suit me, definitely. Score Shane, how are you? I'm very well, thank you very much. Lovely weather today, really enjoyed the weekend. Saturday was a bit of a write-off, but Sunday got loads done. Put loads and loads of shelves up in the children's bedroom, so that was really cool. Will Webster, how are you? And Mushy, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you all had good weekends. How's my Sunday evening, Daniel? It's going very well, thank you very much. Background music? You should be able to hear it. I did turn it down a notch because Dado was saying it was a little bit loud, but you should be able to hear it. Good evening, Lizard GM, how are you? Stream's looking good now. Excellent, thank you, Danny. Most will drop Epic 350 plus, manually putting on auction house using Auctionator while getting TSM data. Yeah, I'm not sure how this 350 will do as a sale. We'll see how it goes. Realise farming leatherworking mats is great when there's a quest up and just far at Hawthorne's plot. Ah, right, okay, yeah. Selling some and keeping some for your own leather worker. Yeah, I could always put some of this on. I mean, 20,000 is reasonable. We'll see how that goes. What's TSM telling me? 20,000 minimum. So let's give it a go. We'll see if that sells. If it doesn't, then we'll just put it on for something else, I think. Well, let's put all these on first. And then we'll go through and scrap the rest of the stuff we meant to scrap at the end of Friday. So let's have a quick look at that. Over here. Yes, you can hear it there. Okay, Morat. That's good, it is working then. Cora, thank you very much for the follow. And Calistaran, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. What do I think about the Battered Hilt farm? I have no idea, Torasemu. I've never done it. Does the Battered Hilt sell? Would be my first question. Give it a go. Right, there's a whole load of different stuff here. Let's just queue it all up and scrap it and see what kind of stuff we get back. Be interested to see. Bit of monolite ore, durable flux. Expulsum's always good. Gorgor, how are you? Doing very well, thank you very much. How about yourself? It's 66k on your server. Okay. Can take 20 hours to loot one. Wow, okay. So I can see why it would be 66k. Well, let's give it a go. Give it a go. See how you get on. It's delayed. Seems like 1.5 to 2 minutes. Is it? Or is that just me not catching up on chat? I'm not fully sure. Maybe do a refresh of your browser to tell me if that helps at all. Oh wow, Cora coming straight in with a subscription. Thank you very much. First one of tonight. Thank you very much. Let's see some chef's hats for Cora. Thank you indeed. Really do appreciate that support. It does sell. It's a nice farm, but better doing group farms and BFA mats. Yeah, it could. It depends on how lucky you are, really. If you like gambling a little bit with your luck, then definitely worth it. You do get some other stuff, but you don't like farms that target one item. Yeah, I can imagine that. Oh, I missed you there, Stevie B coming in. Good evening to you too. Just scrolling back down there, making sure I haven't missed anyone. If I have missed you, I do apologise. Hopefully the lag's not too bad. If you are experiencing lag from the beginning, try a browser refresh and see if that helps at all. Let me know if it's still laggy for you after that. Just going to go through and scrap all of this. We've got at least 5 expulsums so far, and quite a lot of monolite ore, which actually has a min buyout of 20 gold. So I could sell that quite easily. We also got some kubeline and some shimmer scale. I'll use that. Starwood, that shouldn't be 14 gold, of course it shouldn't. Right, let's have a look. See what we can do there. Did a refresh test, refreshed app test. Okay, any luck? Does that work? Oh, Amok ESP, thank you very much for using your Prime. Lovely to see you supporting the stream, thank you very much indeed. Let's see some chef's hats for Amok. Thank you very much indeed. And good evening, John. Well, it's better, is it, French Dad? Excellent, that's good. What else did I miss on? Got the island fish mace today. Not sure whether I should sell it or not, or get the mob. Oh, I've got that one. I think it's worth keeping, definitely. Wise Coda, thank you very much. 3 months. So, thank you very much for the continued support. Really do appreciate it. Let's see some Chef's Hats Wise Coda as well. Lots and lots of subs coming in. Almost like Friday nights again, all over again. What do I suggest for beginner gold making professions? I say, Lost Wandering, try enchanting. That would be a good one to get into. Not necessarily for the BFA stuff, but mainly because you can just disenchant things that you don't need anymore, and then sell the raw mats if you like. That would be quite easy. And then something like tailoring, I love, if you can sell the sinister gear, or leatherworking, depending on your class. Blacksmithing too, but I don't have any experience on that one. Those would be a good one. Or if you want something easy to start off with, gathering professions, herbalism and mining, or skinning would also get you quite a lot of materials. That's kind of like an easy one. What else did I miss? What's the name of the scrapper add-on being used? It's called Easy Scrap. That's down here. Go into my add-ons. And it's called, where is it? Easy Scrap, this one here. And what else stuff in? Monolite ore is always useful. John, we said hello to. I've been a hardcore raider for a long time and became a bit disillusioned, found my stream by accident, and then found new focus inspired by your ethos and manner, so thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, Cora. I'm glad you've got renewed vigour with the game. And then I'm all over the place with chat. I'm just trying to scroll down and catch up on everything. Let's go through there, New Erfen, good evening to you, how are you? And we have a storm outside and your kitty is scared because the stuff on the balcony is moving around. Oh, bless. Currently doing through the bracelet super shuffle. Just managed to get your rank 3 leather braces. Excellent, Wise Coder. Hopefully you can get some good prices on those. I'm going to go through now and just, well, let's clear out some of my stuff. Is it me or did my screen just go suddenly green? That was weird. Must be a time of day thing or something like that. That was very strange. Right, I'm just going to pop this spot. The sun goes under. Ah, okay. Let's go have a look at popping in some of my tide spray. So let's get /tsm put tide. Let's put all that in, and nylon thread I'll keep actually. That's easier to keep hold of. And some of that stuff I'll put in the guild bank instead. So let's go through. Alright, okay, so this is all leather things. So coarse leather can go in. And I'll put those gems in here in case I need them. And then my blood and scales group. Where's my blood and scales? Here. So that can go in there. In that one. I'm going to keep this monolite ore. I'm going to put this in the miscellaneous. I might sell that monolite ore actually. That can go in the tailoring. Oh, that's soulbound. I need to put those in my reagent bank. And then those sorceress ones can go in their appropriate one there. You've also got some raw beast hide here. That can go in here, and then Erfen can pick that up. And what have we got here? This is the mist scale, which can go in this one. And then we've got, what's that? Meaty haunch and the stringy loins can go in the cooking. Now, cooking wise, we can have, it's in cooked food. We'll have to use that one, I think, for this. That's going to be easier for now, because I've run out of my cooked ingredients one. And the fusaka I'll keep, and the wild flower I'll keep, and then the embroidered deep sea satin. Yep, I've got room for that. Let's put that in there. And then we'll keep everything else, and the deep sea satin, which we've got 80 of from the farm. That was very good. And then we'll keep hold of the temporal crystals, can go in the guild bank as well. That one and that one, and we'll keep the fractures on us. And then we'll move over here and put those soulbound ones into the reagent bank. Just clearing my bags up before I do everything here. That one and that one can go in. The expulsum can go in. And the hexweave can go in. Okay. Looking a bit better. 100 veiled crystals. That should keep me going for a moment. Let's put that in the reagent bank. Got enough room for that one as well. There we go. Okay. Right. What did I miss on chat? Let me just go through. Mining and herb are also good because you get the experience of gathering nodes. That's a good point, actually, Nitsu. Monolite sells some more gold if it's a turn-in item. Okay, so maybe just keep an eye on it for the moment. Get the things inside then, so the kid is a bit scared of that anymore. Then get scared of something else, probably. Yeah, that's usually the way it is. 20 bloodstained stone for 5 expulsum are up. Okay, Nix. That would be quite an easy one. I'll do that one. You tie stuff up, but it's shaking. She's scared of the wind. Oh, poor thing. Small animals and kids are the same. Scared of anything normally doesn't happen. Exactly. Need to repair. Yes, thank you, Dado. I forgot about that one. Dottie been out sunbathing. She does like the sun. The sun's not quite high enough to hit her run at the moment, but so give it a bit later in the year, and then she'll get some nice sunshine on her. I'm sure she'll love it. Right, yeah, let's repair myself up. That was from everything from earlier, so let's go do that. And we'll do a big repair. 230 gold for repairing. That's a lot. Okay, That's done though. So that's done. Okay, Butteroo. How are you? Right, okay, so there we go. That's done, that's done. Right, okay, back to the mailbox. We should have enough space now. 117 spaces. That should be enough. Let's go through. Take her out in a chicken harness. I don't think that would work with Dotty. She'd probably freak out a lot. I probably would too. Let's take these expires. Got quite a few coming in here. Did I buy the chicken pet yet? No, I haven't done that one. That's when you've got to have a certain amount of gold on you or something like that, isn't it? Running a little bit slow here. Oh, I actually sold my rhino meat. That was cool. Yeah, no, I haven't done that chicken pet yet. Before I spend it again. Yeah, that's true. I'll have to look it up. I don't know where it is. I've got to go. Leveling 62, Death Knight, Enchanting, Tailoring, Vanilla 1 to 300. Just completed Cooking and Fishing 1 to 300. Doing crafting the old-fashioned way. Yeah, it's quite interesting doing professions now since BFA changed it all. Right, let's get some more stuff coming in here. Watching me is like watching the Zen Guru of WoW, just so peaceful and nice. Oh, thank you, Lost Wandering. We are just doing our routine stuff at the moment. Let's get all our expires out. I imagine a lot of my auctions are gonna be needing to be relisted anyway. So let's have a quick look at that now whilst I'm here. I bet you there's loads I need to cancel. Let's have a look. Yeah, 30 minutes here for a lot of stuff. Pretty much everything almost. So let's take those off as well. Let's get the fresh set on. Get everything taken off. And then we can think about restocking. Now I'm sure I'm not going to have enough Umbra Shards to do a full restock without doing a full-on Bracer Super Shuffle. So we'll have a look at that as well. See what we have time for tonight. I don't know how well my enchants have been doing, because obviously things have expired here, and I haven't done any cancel scans or any restocking the whole weekend, so I haven't really maximised my sales. I just haven't had time this weekend, really, over everything else. I'm a bit stuck on cancelling those. Let's do a quick reload, see how that goes. Tried making some gold by disenchanting bracers. Once again, got shot down by your realm's prices. Ouch, Butteroo. That is a shame. Right, let's go through that. Weed and Auction House, Mailbox, Bank, Gilbank, Mount, next expansion. That would be very nice, actually. Then we could be anywhere. Maybe something that you could get as an extra mount that's like a donkey or something like that. That follows you around. That would be really nice. Alright, let's have a look. Go through all of this. Another load off. Still got to cancel some things, but we're at least picking some of them off. Let's take this lot off now. Let's let this come through. Let's not go too fast this time. Let TSM catch up on itself. Once you get the screen refresh, you have to kind of stop cancelling and then wait for it to catch up. We're nearly there anyway. Just the last few. I'll take the Bear Tartar off as well. Okay, so that's those. Could probably end up doing a cancel scan on this lot as well. But I'll leave that for now. Actually, some of that stuff that I had already put on, wasn't it? So we'll leave that, actually. Let's just go and take everything off. There we go. Hello Joe, that's good evening. How are you? Have to have a owl for mail as well. Yeah, that would be really cool. Right, how much space have we got in our bags after this? Have a quick look. Looks like I might have filled up already. Yep, that's looking quite full. Only 2 slots spare. So let's post this lot on. Currently sat at just over 1.5 million, so let's see how we get on. After making 300 with the linen had laying around, turns out you're making about 1 gold profit per 1 if you also count the gold from the dust. Oh, right. How did I make out with a 2x4 farm? It was very nice, Anajodas. We got a 1350 item. I believe Nick's got a nice pole arm as well. Not sure if anyone else got something. And then we've got about 1500, 1600 tide spray linen, about 80 deep sea satin. So pretty good amounts, I'd say, all in all. That was about an hour and a half of farming I think we were doing. Maybe a little bit longer than that. How do you think you'd fare selling veiled crystals and things themselves instead of using them for crafts? I wondered that. I thought the veiled crystal prices were looking quite tempting, but because my enchants are selling for a greater profit than the veiled crystals, and the veiled crystals I only use one per enchant, it was worth me doing it that way round. Oh, you got a 350 sword, did you? And that's excellent. Now, just have to see if we can sell them. I need to amend your Discord shout out bot. It says out instead of hour. Oh, does it more? Okay, thank you. I'll have a fix of that later. Coarse leather, 58 gold each. Wow, that is expensive. You could almost farm some and sell some for a good profit there, if you were of a mind. Right, let's go post this lot on. High Pop Alliance, but you scrap everything for Expulsum and Blue Braces. You disenchant those mats as well. Sounds like a plan. Shimmer Scales, 13 gold. Okay, that's expensive too. Right, everything's going on for a variety of prices. I'm not focusing too much on the prices. I just want to get everything on first and foremost. Then we can worry about things being... There's a few things below min price here, but those are the usual enchants that are, so that's fine. We'll leave that for now. Just the dress is missing on that. So let's take the rest of the mail, all the cancels. Still got 130 odd to go through. Love to farm on your realm. Yeah, definitely. I remember you saying, Will, from the tide spray on Shadow Sang. Oh, Phalanx Defense is a turn in, is it? Okay, that's interesting. Just seem to have picked those two up, so we'll have a look at that, see what the price is for that one. Might be able to get some, although it is the end of the day nearly, so we'll probably missed out on that one. You're not affected as you got stock. Okay, fair enough. Let's get some more going. Some more cancels, and then we should be at the end. Jabberlaws, how are you? I haven't had any sausage vendor sales yet, but we haven't checked on Erfen. But I'll give them a look after I've checked on Samadan, see if we've had any. I haven't had any yet though. Took you 4 hours this morning. Wow, okay. Let's go through that, do a reload, and we'll get the last of the sales through. Have a price of about 6.5 gold for tide spray. If it goes above that, you go farm for 2 hours. I think that's reasonable. Okay, got sales coming in. Not a lot, but then I'm not surprised at that because everything expired and I haven't done any cancel scans or anything like that. So quite weak for a mailbox for me in terms of a weekend sales. We have 27,000 gold. Compared to my last couple of mailboxes, that's a lot less. But then I haven't been on at all, and we didn't do any relisting at the end of Friday. So there's a good explanation for that, really. Just goes to show. But if I had done some more cancel scans and restocking on my enchants, then this might have been a lot different. So let's take the 27,000. We'll go with them. What did I miss on? Something you could easily farm that would actually make a profit. Something that's not reliant on random number. Nice change of pace. Well, anything that's in high demand really. Things like the tide spray and the leather is one of those things. Depending on make list, cancel, undercut, make list. Yeah, that seems about right. Mushy. You made 45k today selling shimmer scale diving helmets, suits and bardings. Okay, Arthurs. So I could have done a few with Erfen today. That would have been useful. How much is the Bloodbones going in there? I'll have a look in a moment. We'll see how that goes. Took you 3 hours to make and relog alts, gather mats for a leather worker. Wow, next. Okay, that's loads. I didn't have a spare 3 minutes, let alone a spare 3 hours today. So let's post everything back on. Get ourselves back in the gold making saddle as it should be, and then we'll go over and have a look at Erfen and see if we can do something with his sales. Hopefully, touch wood, we might have some. And then we'll have a look at what else we can do tonight. Obviously, restocking is going to be the big thing here. I imagine there'll be a few things I'll need to restock on. You're okay with farming BOEs first week of BFA for 10 hours a day. But running in circles, collecting herbs was too much for you. Yeah, whatever it is you do, it has to make sure it's fun, isn't it? That's the thing. And if you do need to change it up a bit, then by all means, you know, find something that's fun. Spending 30 minutes fishing the good fish, then farming leather scales. I said, that's a good idea. Mixing it up with a bit of fishing, that would be quite good. Oh, I just saw the hippo mount come past. I do like that mount. Shame I missed out on that last PvP season. But you never know. Might be able to get it again. The moment you're levelling Horde on a new server after getting back into WoW after a few months. That's a good idea. Do something completely different. It's a fresh perspective on things. Definitely good. Okay, we've got a lot of good stuff coming through here. Sinister Combatants looking at nice prices still. Hopefully we can get some more sales of those. Maybe when 8.1. That's going to last a lot. Yeah, we had 100 and odd pages there to do. And we're doing it in Borala, so it's a bit slower than you'd expect. So let's get all of these on. All 97 auctions. See how that goes. Confirm all of those. That's done. Right, so is there anything we were missing that didn't go on? That's now longer. Shadowweed masks are again below price. That's unfortunate. The price on that versus the Shadow Silk is really, really low. And the Netherweave tunics, again, have also gone really low. Okay, let's have a look at these Shadowweed masks. See if there's anything we can do about those. So let's go shopping. Look at the Shadowweed masks. 1374. There's only a couple on. Nyx and someone else. 1374 is reasonable. It's just because my crafting cost is so high at 1200, and that's all on the Shadow Silk. So how's the Shadow Silk looking? Recent searches, it must be here soon, or maybe it's in favourite. Do I have Shadow Silk? I don't have it here. In which case it will be on here somewhere. Shadow Silk. Let's run a shopping scan on it. So Shadow Silk's looking at 141. Arthur's has got 20 of them there. Well, one stack of 20. So let's have a look. My mat cost is 159, so it's not a lot different from that. It just the margins on Shadowweed masks are particularly tight at the moment. So what I'll do then, let's have a look back at this. Let's go over to my Shadow Silk. Look at my group, look at my min price. Maybe I could just cut the margin a little bit on this. It's only a 95 gold profit though. So you know what, I might leave that for the moment. There's no point me going in at super low just for a small margin. I'll just leave that for the moment. Have I paid for Shadow Silk lately? I did buy some, yes. I bought some off of Arthur's, so I have got a decent enough stock of it. So I would say that's an accurate price for me. Risa Rocker, how are you? That last Friday with the host, you've heard, he's awfully out on all the things. It is useful even from crafting, because when you hover over the item it tells you other gear you can get the same skin. Yes, all the things, as Nyx and Mushy will say, is an amazing add-on. It's also very, very much a time sink. if you've got the time to do it, then I would definitely recommend it. And I'd recommend checking out Kuhn's stream, because he does a lot of all the things stuff as well. You completed Pathfinder Part 1 today. Excellent. Getting the last reps. Go get your rank 3s on your main now. Yeah, I need to do that actually. I need to finish off my Pathfinder Part 1. Kuhn is, I'll do a shout out to Kuhn, who does all the things and does Iron Man challenges. Go check out Kuhn. He's got a lovely chill stream, highly recommended. Go check out an API error. Yes, I do. I've got him on auto host. There we go. Caught some of his stream the other day. He's really chill. Yeah, definitely worth a check out. If you like my kind of stream, then he's very much in the same vein. He does less of the gold making and more of collecting everything in the game and Iron Man challenges, but does do a little bit of gold making as well. So a good mix of things. And he streams a lot of the time as well. Ah, there you go. Speak of the fella. There he is. Been here lurking and learning. No worries, Kuhn. Hope you're doing well. And there he is. Your ears must have been burning. Right, so we're done with Samadan kind of partially. I'm going to leave these off for the moment. I'm not going to list these on. So what I'm going to do instead is go over to Erfen and check his auctions, especially as we had quite a few things that are going to have expired on his side of things as well. So let's go on over. So go to Erfen, currently 112. Oh, there was an update because when I hosted I can't remember his name now. I've got it on my list. When I hosted him, he was doing some bug fixing, wasn't he? D-Fortune, that was it. I was thinking I could see the numbers 81, but I couldn't remember the actual name. There we go. So we got some expires here. So let's take Erfen's lot and redo this. Debugging successfully, exactly. Doing very well, thank you, Q. Hope you had a lovely relaxing weekend. From the stream you've been trying out a little Iron Man challenge of your own over the last week or so. Got a priest to 18 and it went down in flames. But you wrote up a Night Elf Hunter and it's 38 now, very nice. Right, let's do another reload on that lot. Get the next lot going. Okay, expires. We do have some gold sales, so that's good. 1,900. The coarse leather barding and some drums of fury, that's good. So 3 of those. Those can go all into the coffers. So that gives me a total of 119,000 now on Erfen. That's a really nice amount considering how little I actually have on in terms of variety. It's mainly just a few bits of coarse leather, a few bits of shimmer scale, the sinister gear, and a couple of drums of fury and mountain, and then the vendor sausages. There's still no luck on those vendor sausages. Good evening, Zips, how are you? Hardest part of the Iron Man is making the next one. Yeah, I can imagine. The thing is, isn't it, is once you've invested all that time, once they've gone, haven't they? It is a tough one. And so, leather arm guards are still going a little bit low here. Minimum price. Minute is 1,300. The crafting cost is quite a bit lower. Although there's some there for 500 gold. That is really cheap. We'll have a look at those in a moment. You might be able to buy some and flip some. So let's post on everything else that seems to be a decent enough price. Yeah, they're all in the thousands. Let's post those on first. have a hard time deleting them. Yeah, I can imagine. I guess I would have to. If I've done the challenge, then that would be definitely definitely a way. Orio's around. He's just wandering around at the moment. I think he's currently looking out the back into the darkness, wondering whether he feels like he should be going outside or not. Not that we let him out at night time, but he's thinking about it. Okay, so that's done. Let's have a look at the things that didn't go on. Things that were too cheap. So let's have a look at the Sinister Arm Guards. Yeah, there's some here for 500 gold. That's really cheap. I mean, I know the crafting cost is 257, so that is pretty cheap. But I'd be tempted to buy these up and see if we can push them up a little bit higher in price. But then there's all of these from 849 to 500. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if you took that 994 as well, that's 8. That's pretty low. Proxiva, good evening. My weekend has been very, very good. Thank you very much. I'm still reeling from your gifted subs from Friday night. Once again, thank you for all those subs. That was just totally amazing. Couldn't believe it. I haven't been able to log on to WoW since, but thank you indeed. I hope you're doing well. I hope your weekend was lovely. So we're going to go through. I think we're going to reset these. I think we can push these up a bit higher. We have the gold to do it. So I'm going to take up all these cheap ones. I'm going to skip Nyx's because it's about to expire. And we'll go to 994. And then we'll come in at that point. There we are. Been making a decent amount with your rank 2s, so looking forward to the 3s. Still have to get around to doing the marks, tailoring and leatherworking though. Not very good at PvP. It does take a while. I'm still not very good at it, but it's nice to be able to do it. And it's nice to do the ones that give you 5 every now and again. So let's take those off. There we are. And I mean, I'd be tempted to buy Nyx's here at 1,100 just to try and get everything up a little bit higher. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in at this price here. So I'm going to post mine in here, just underneath. So let's go through and post those up. See if I've got any more. Let's have a look. Let's take those off first. Let's take those ones. Too late. Okay. Let's have a look and let's post those on again. Let's run a post. Let's do a post scan. There we go. Apparently Sunday's a bad time for you to buy mats. All the mats on your server are super high. Interesting. I guess people must be buying them. Alright, there's a few here at normal price and current price. Let's do those. And then there's the male arm guards is the other side of things. So let's have a look at those. Shopping. Let's have a look. See where we're at here. So again, we're at 949 gold for these. Not quite so much of a margin here on these. So I think I might go in. What's the price? Yeah, the crafting cost is 500. So I don't really want to go much lower. I don't really want to go in at the 1000s either. Ideally, I'd love to be much more up here. So I'm going to go in here at this point, even though that's quite optimistic. Just going to post them on. There's 3 of them I've got here. I'm going to put those on there and see if they sell. If they don't, then I'll just relist them at a different price. See how that goes.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
I know. You have now. Okay. Bad me for you two needing coarse leather with all the leather working wallfront turn-ins. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Is the turn-ins do mess around with the prices. Oh, thank you, Proxiva. Very kind of you. Of the Fever Flare are the ones worth flipping on your server. Interesting. I wonder why people go for the of the Fever Flare over anything else. Right, so that's all done all of that done. So let's go through. Let's do a restock on Erfen because I'm sure that will be easier. Let's have a quick look at my auctions. There's a few things here about to expire actually. Let's just take those off. Let's get a full set. Let's get those cancelled. We'll have to do a reload on that, I think. Unless that's about to go itself. No, let's do a reload on that. See how that goes. And then we can do a proper reset. Take those off. There we are. Haste and Mastery. Is that what you go for, Gorga? Okay, so we're going to post these back on. Here's my auctions. Run a post scan. That's those done. I'm tempted to do more Drums of the Mountain as we got some good sales of those, but I'll see if we get any more sales first. So that's everything on, mainly Sinister Gear, and then we can go on over, and oh, we still had that to do, didn't we? So many missing things from Friday. Okay, let's go through and do Erfen's first. So Drums of Fury, Coarse Leather Barding, and Shimmer Scale Diving Helmet are all worth doing. So let's do those whilst we're here. We seem to have all the mats we need for that. Let's take tailoring off, because we don't want Samadan, we want Erfen. Leatherworking, we have everything, so that's good. Let's just make everything here, first off the bat. Let that run through. For the leather and mail gear at least, yeah. So that's the better one, is it? Yeah, that will be why the diving helmets. I'm not sure I'll get any sales of them now, but what that will mean is I'll at least have some in stock ready for the next time. The same with the coarse leather barding. That way I've at least got some in readiness for the next time. Think selling boots on Twinks, so popular, crafted Legion legendaries might be worth a go. They might be. You might get some luck from those. I've never sold any. I never got round to doing them. So I've got no idea what's good. Barding, you got 3. Is that 3,000? I imagine it probably is, given your stock levels, Mushy. Okay. I've got 3 stars. Oh, okay. Yes, I think... Oh, I see what you mean. Coarse leather barding. Does it have stars, in fact? Where is coarse leather barding? Yes, we got 3 stars on that. So that's alright. We're good on that one. Sorry, I misunderstood you the first time. There we go. So let's post those on. There we go. Make a few in stock. Yeah, I think so. We should be alright. Let's post this lot on. Get at least Erfen up to speed. So undercutting competition 255 seems a reasonable price, and the barding at 360 seems also a reasonable price, and the drums are going in at that. So let's stick those on. Might get a few sales, might not. See how that goes. Okay, we're done on Erfen for now. We can always come back to Erfen a bit later. And then we can swap back over to Samadan and do restocks on Samadan. There we are. And then just missed a few bits on it. Because Barney got 3 stars. Did that one. Played Vanilla WoW back in the day, but you fell out. Recently got back into playing and started looking for inspiration, people to watch. Whilst I was playing, was the top result on one of your searches. Oh, fantastic! Been watching ever since. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Proxiva, for the little bit of background. Greetings, Ignis. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's your weekend been? 1100 on your server. Legion gear selling for the skins, mostly the warhide leather. Okay, good mix of stuff then. Just got yourself a Thundering Ruby Cloud Servant for 60k. Is that good? Sounds good. Right, so Samadan is done. Just came from work. Now I have 2 days off. Excellent. What have you got planned for your 2 days? Wrong button. Let's have a look at my bags. That's the things we're going to leave for the moment. Check our auctions. Right, so first and foremost, let's have a look at shopping for the Super Shuffle. Let's see if there's anything that's a decent price. Tried to find a few farms, but nothing makes good gold anymore. Well, compared to what you used to do, Ignis, you got a high benchmark to meet, I'm sure. Just wondering how 111 Twink, who sells boosts, and went about gearing. Might do some research and try them. Okay, fair enough. Oh, Pandaran Step just sold. That's an unusual one. I don't normally get a good sale of that one. So how are we doing here? Everything's over average buy, apart from Tide Spray, which at 6 gold 62 is a good price. Let's start with that. Nothing of a massive amount. Oh, Oreo's come in. Let's pop your camera on, Oreo. Here he is. Oreo's come to say hello. Let's move my chat window up a bit higher. There we go. Oreo's come to join us. So only a few scraps, unfortunately, of the Tide Spray. Let's take them whilst we can. We need that one, and let's take the 8 as well. Might as well. So nothing massive there. Miss scale. We have an average purchase price of 10 gold, so that's definitely below my average. How much do we actually have on us though? 3,600, so we have a good stock of miss scale. So maybe, or look at that, 19 stacks of 200 at 9.99. I don't need that much. And then we're here at 8.99, so I'm just going to take this 45 just to help my averages go down slightly. And then Hardened Tempest Hide's a decent price at 3 gold 20, as is the Embroidered Deep Sea Satin. Now I have already 6,000 of the Hardened, so I probably don't really need that, but the Embroidered at 1,300, I'm going to take what I can from that that's below my average. 33 gold is my average, thereabouts, so we'll just take these couple of bits here just to help with my averages. Just a few. There's 2 stacks of 200 here, so maybe we need to think about this one. Oh god, you've done it again, Proxiver. Oh my word, look at that. That is insane. Proxiver gifting a total of 50 subs in the channel. That is just absolutely insane. Thank you again. That is amazing. 10 more. That was amazing. Thank you, Proxiver. Your generosity has no bounds. Again, wow, that is amazing. Thank you very much indeed. Let's see some chef's hats for Proxiver. His internal generosity. Sorry, I say his or her eternal generosity. 10 more. What else did I miss there? Cat spam. Yeah, definitely. 12 gold for the bones. Yeah, they are expensive, aren't they? What's the item ID for the misscale? You have the client in Italian. I don't know actually. I'd have to look it up on WoW. Let's just go through, watch everything, and see if I've missed anything else. There we go. We've got everything coming in. I did miss a few subs last time on Friday from everything else, but thank you, Proxiver. That's just amazing. Right, so we're carrying on with our shopping. So yeah, with looking at this, this is all fairly expensive. All this nylon thread we can pick up. That's quite good. 43 gold. There's a lot here. I'll take it all the way up to 50, in fact. Let's take the 100 and take all of these. Anything below 50, like so. Actually, I'll take that as well. And then nothing particularly low other than this Hardened Tempest Hide, which is tempting. There's quite a few here, but I'm going to leave that for the moment. I'd be tempted with this 185 at 324. That's very slightly lower than my average, but it's not going to do a great deal to dent my What's that, Mushy? Guess I have to stop lurking now. Hi everyone. Found me recently through YouTube vids, setting up TSM4. Amazing guides, thank you so much. Blythe, you're very welcome. Made about 30k from your first run through Bracelet Shuffle yesterday. Excellent. What did I plan for the 4k followers mark? I'm not sure actually, Mushy. I was thinking of something for each of the milestones that are coming up. I wasn't sure whether to do something for 4k or 5k, but 4k is coming up very soon, isn't it? Mr. Gift, thank you so much. Kind gesture, Proxiva. Yes, that's very, very kind of Proxiva. We've had a flurry of them these past 2 streams. It's been very generous of Proxiva. So looking at this, so I must be quite close. Maybe I'll do either a pet game time or maybe a sketch giveaway, depending on what people would like. So many different things we could do. Let's just also have a look at Asgog, thank you very much for the follow. Let's have a look at Captain's Ingredients, do that as well. And then we'll also look at, what else we have? Also Tier Law, thank you for the follow. Anything cheap? No, it's all expensive. So that's not helping my Captain's Feast at all. So we'll leave those off for now. And then let's just check the BFA enchanting mats, see how they're looking at the moment. I hear my microphone works well again. It's working, hopefully. Everyone deserves to have a chef's hat. Yes, thank you. I have to look into the extra remotes I can do now as well. I haven't looked into that yet, but on Monday I'll have a look at what Twitch has released and see if I can do something more on the extra remote side of things. So Veiled Crystals, looking at that, 517 still. My mat cost is still at 195. I could try just selling Veiled Crystals for that extra 300 profit, but my enchants themselves, if you look at those, the profits on those are much higher. Like these packs are 1,900, 1,400, 2,000, and so they're all, these main ones are all higher, so it's worth me doing these over selling the Veiled Crystals. Unless I do them both, of course. If you don't forget to hit that little heart or you miss the start of the next stream, perhaps. Thank you, Mushy. On your server, the enchants are really bad now. Are they, Sidwar? Interesting. I wonder if they'll change over time. Battle pet question: have folks found success in leveling rare battle pets? Do you find listing at level 1 is worth the time save? It can be quite cheap and quick to level pets, I believe. Yeah, don't sell the crystal. You did struck with luck. That's down to the kindness of Proxiva. Can you put some of your custom strings used in the Discord to share with the community? Absolutely, French Stud, go ahead. I'm more than happy for people to share their knowledge and their information on my Discord. Pact of Haste, now 2k loss. Okay, hope they change fast. You could always try buying some of those cheap ones up, especially the ones that do sell quite quickly, because Haste is a quick seller, 0.65. So there's a good chance there that you could make something just by buying and reselling them on. Right, so looking at this, let's do a restock on Samadan. I bet you there's absolutely loads we need to do. So just check everything here. Pandaren Step, oh, it was 118 gold we sold it for. Although it only cost 1 gold to make, so that's fair enough. So let's do that, and then let's do a restock. We've got these on already, so I need to remember to make those. And let's just add to that. And we've got loads of stuff here, absolutely loads of stuff. So let's have a look. Now we're still saying Bountiful Captain's Feast, even though it's too expensive for me to do at the moment, so I might leave that off for the moment. Let's look at the enchants for the first. Let's have a look at This is just the tailoring. Let's take tailoring off. Let's just look at enchanting. So we need, wow, look at this. We need 146 gloom dust. So obviously that's going to be a big shuffle we need to do there. What's that? Pact of... You can just waste of time. Never an idea when it sells or what. 8k difference, you spend your time different. What's that for, Mushy? Is that pets you were talking about? Or did I miss something there? Battle pets. Okay, it was. You hate that market, don't play them. Yeah, for me, the pets just take forever to sell. So, how do I easily get 146 gloom dust? Well, actually no, gloom dust is easy. That's fine. It's the umbra shards I should be looking at. 34 of those. Yeah, my pets just don't sell that much at all. So that's reasonable actually. We can do that. Tailoring wise, we can get that, and cooking. Let's leave cooking for the moment. Let's just do tailoring and enchanting. Open the task list for those. We've got a few daily cooldowns to do here, so let's do those whilst it's here. Craft those. Imperial Silk. Oh, just sold a Pact Critical Strike. Celestial Cloth. And the Hexweave we need the mats for apparently. So let's go over to that and get the Temporal Crystals. What do we need for the Hexweave? What are we missing there? Let's just have a quick look at that. That's enchanting. I need tailoring. Hexweave Cloth. It's here. We need Sumptuous Fur. Okay, let's go get some of that. We need to go to the guild bank anyway. We need to collect up a few of those. I've got quite a few in the guild bank. Let's transfer those over to the reagent bank. It'll be easier there to do that. I believe it's down here. Yeah, we've got loads of this here. So let's just take a whole line of those. And maybe a couple of Drainic Dust as well. Whilst I'm here, for good measure. And then pop that in my reagent bank. Because I've got some space. Some extra slots there. We can pop those in as well. That one, and that one. Where was the other thing that I wanted, the Drainic Dust? What was it? Oh, that's full now, is it? I'll take one of those out and pop one of those in. There we go. And then we'll get ourselves another cocoon for some Imperial Silk. And then that can go back in the reagent bank. That can go in there. And then let's have a look at doing that Hexweave Cloth. We can do that now. We need some Gorgon Flytrap as well, actually. Right, I can see chats going off in the distance, so let's go just make sure I've missed anything on there. And another 60k on flips, very nice. You just saturate your local market, the whole, but the whole EU/US is. Since they are account bound, you can just put them anywhere. Yeah, exactly. Better start crafting disenchant and stuff. Yep, I think so. I'm going to have to get things going a little bit quicker here. So let's take the guild bank stuff. Go with that one. Can I show the gathering UI again? Yes, certainly, Jabalols. I'll just go through in the end. Crafty stream and scrap. Quick peek at the priority order. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Have we got everything we needed from the guild bank? Embroidered deep sea satin. Interesting, that says 0 there. That's just a bit weird. So my priority order for gathering is guild bank first, alt second, then vendor, craft when profitable, then the auction house, and then my extra ones: auction house disenchanting, auction house crafting. I'm not sure if those actually work. I just threw them on recently just to see. I haven't got the craft when not profitable on here, so that's another option there. What makes a sound when I sell something? It shows up in the chat with that sound. Yes, it's an extra add-on called I Sold More. I think I've got it on as a command. I think that's the one. Love to see a new add-on that would give us an idea about scrapping outcome of each item. That would be interesting, actually. Only enchant on your server that gives a profit is skinning. Oh, right, okay. Oh yeah, I must have the commands not quite put in yet. But it's called I sold more, as Mushy's typed it in there. Yeah, TSM used to have an option for it, but with TSM 4, it hasn't quite made it in yet. So let's have a look what else we've got here. So auction house for the Shalder Isel, only if I can find it cheap enough. And embroidered deep sea, I need to open the mail for that lot, and then craft the mail on that one. Okay, let's have a look. So what have we got? Tailoring crafts, bolt of imbued frostweave. Let's start with that lot. Have I got to do 31 of those? Now this is coming off and then coming back on. I'm better off using the standard interface for this. Imbued, bolt of imbued frostweave. We'll do it here. This will be easier with our infinite dust. God, it takes quite a while. Look at the speed of that. Yes, that's right. As Blyfeed33 just said, it's in the settings. The problem is it doesn't always work. I know it didn't used to work. I don't know if they've added it in where it does work. I've since TSM 4 I've had it myself. So it's on. Where is it? Settings, auctioning. The auction sale sound. Yeah, I've got mine set to no sound at the moment. But that's where you can put it in. But I don't know if it works or not. I haven't tested it. This brawl was the worst. Was it, Jabelos? Which one was that? Was that the Taran Mill versus South Shore? I really enjoyed that one. That was really good fun. Got loads of these to go through. And then Moon Shroud, 32 of those. Eventually. Do we need a moon well to make a Moon Shroud? Would be my next question. I need to get more 120s so I can do it. Or has it changed? I don't need a moon well. Okay, that's useful. It just takes a long time to craft. And I still need one more bolt of imbued frostweave, according to that. Let's make the moon shrouds. 32 of those. Moon shroud. Interesting. They're not on a daily cooldown or anything, are they? Let me just check. We need the eternal life. No, they're all alright. We can make them freely. I guess people just don't bother. Look at that though, min buyout of 3,000 gold. 0.03 sell rate, so you can understand why. And the eternal life price is mat cost of 31, so that's okay. That's based off of the market value currently at 31. I can actually buy some for 19 there. Interestingly, I don't have any sale data on that at the moment. Wonder why. I'll just make these at the moment. It can be chance, can it? I'll let that run through. Still got another 18 to make. Oreo's found something interesting. He's just gone off to have a sniff. Okay, so we've still got lots and lots to make. We've got the Umbra shards here, 17 of those, so that's alright actually. We can get that quite easily. And the Shalder Eye Silk, we need to have a look on the auction house for that. That might be a trickier one. It depends on the price of it. I'm guessing Silkweave Satchels are still worth it at the moment. Oh, we've got some Crusader Orbs here. Have I not got enough Crusader Orbs? Those could be quite tricky to get hold of. You can buy them from a vendor, but isn't that all the way up in Northrend that you need to go for to get hold of those? I need 12 apparently. I'm sure I had some on me. I'll have a look. Oh, is Frozen Orb, is it for that one? You can do it for that. Okay, so that's about 70 gold per Crusader Orb then. Okay, we can do that in Old Dalaran. Thank you, Mushy. So we need to do the Mysterious Essence. We can do that through enchanting. So that's the Ethereal Shatter. Will work for me for that one. And Bolt of Mage Weave you also need to do. 2 of those. There it is, Bolt of Mage Weave. Let's create those 2. Those are done. Now we're getting everything working quite nicely. Let's go on the way. Yes, the Crusader Orb, that was the one. It drops from the Trial of Crusader. That's what I thought. Is that the only way you can get it? Can you not buy it with Frozen Orbs? Let's have a look at the Shal'dorei Silk whilst we're here. What's the price of Shal'dorei Silk? Shal'dorei Silk, 3 gold 84. That may be okay for the satchels. I need 397 of it though, so there's just not enough for the satchels. Okay, so let's take satchels off the list. We don't want to do satchels. So crafting wise, silkweave satchels, just take those off. Whoops, dang it, I just put the wrong thing off. It changed the order, unfortunately, just as I clicked on a royal something. What was the other one? It was a robe, wasn't it? Royal. Oops, can't spell. Royal Moonshroud Robe was the other thing I learnt. I haven't made one yet. Let's cue that back up. There we go. We'll have a look for Crusader Orbs. We'll have a look, see if they're on there. Shopping. Crusader Orb. We have a few. We need 12, so we can buy 12. That's okay. So I'm going to scoop these up. They're all at a decent enough price. That's not much at all, really. So take those 5, and that 5. There we go. Buy them all so no one can be in your way. That's true, actually. I'm going to take that one just because I could do with it, just in case. You can do with the Frozen Orb turning on Old Dalaran. Okay, so that's like 70 gold difference. So definitely worth it then. You use Days in Auction House first. Is that actually a thing you can use? Custom string, activate, did it in the strings tooltip, I know action source. This way you have a new tooltip saying how many days in average in Auction House. If it's 61 days, it means no data, and TS only keep 60 days of average data. Okay, interesting. You have a few hundred, do you? You run these engines that drop them. Ah, okay. 99 gold on your server. Oh, worth doing then. Worth buying them up with Frozen Orbs and then selling them back on, if they sold that quickly. I imagine they probably don't sell that quickly. Okay, so we did that. We picked up those. Let's go to the mailbox. Pick up the things we need from there. Gosh, it's full here. Right, let's go on over. Let's pick up all our purchases. Lots of lovely purchases. That's done. Now, oh, let's follow Nix. There we go. Let's go back over. So we just now need the enchanting crafts, the Umbra ones. Keep forgetting, what's the add-on that makes the ka-ching sound on the sold action? It was called I Sold More. That's exactly it. Yes, Miss Jutsi. I unfortunately don't have the link to it, but it is just called that. If you look on, maybe have a look at the spacing of the. Where is it here? It's I sold as one word and then more as the second word. So try that. So keep the I sold as one word, then more as the second one, and then that should hopefully work. Frozen orb, 45 gold on the auction house. That's reasonable. There it is, you found it. Excellent. Yeah, it's really worth it. Until TSM can fix it on their side. I don't know what I'd do without it. Right, so we've got loads of stuff here. We've got 74 slots free, so we need to do a bracer shuffle to get these Umbra shards, 17 of them. Now I don't know which is the cheapest for me at the moment. Let's have a look at our prices and see what my averages are. We'll do a shopping scan so I can have a look at my tooltip for each of these and see what would be the cheapest for me to do. Let's bring up my spreadsheet. Bring it up onto this window. So, sheets, sign in. Where's me? It's me over there. Switch to that one. And then bracer super shuffle. There we go. So here's my list as it was. Now currently with those prices, it's telling me that coarse leather would be the better one to do, but obviously with coarse leather I would rather save that for other things, so I'd probably go shimmer scale instead for this one at those prices. But let's just cross-reference this. I'll update this with my new averages and see if we can do anything a bit better. So tide spray linen, we have an average of 10.33. Let's put that in. Not much different. Tempest hide is still really cheap at 284. That hasn't changed. Calcified bone, where's that? Calcified bone is 248. That's about right. Coarse leather, now my average is 822, slightly higher. Let's pop that in. 822. And shimmer scale is 804. That's a little bit cheaper. We've managed to reduce the price on that a little bit, which is useful. And then bloodstained bones, still quite expensive at 834, but that's actually cheaper than I had them for. 8.34, because I was at 923, and the mist scale I've gotten down to 1057, which is also cheaper. 10.57. And then deep sea satin, good old deep sea satin, at 30 gold 98. So change that to 30.98. So now when we have a look, so we have 1033. So tide spray linen is at 105 a bracer. Well, I missed a few things on the chat here. Shimmer scales for the diving suits, coarse leather for the barding. Linen, you don't use it for anything else other than the not even the sinister gear, do you? Just the bracers. You bought over 2,000 calcified bones at 52 silver. Wow, that's brilliant. That's why you're scared now to buy at 2 gold. So if we were to look at this, the cheapest for me would be the shimmer scale arm guards at 81. As Mushy rightly pointed out, even though this tide spray is higher, there's no other use for me on the tide spray than anything else. And the fact is, we went and farmed it, so we picked up a whole load of tide spray for effectively a lot cheaper because we did the 2x4 farm. So let's use our tide spray linen that we got and let's make some braces. And then looking at the honourable ones, as you just said, Dado, yeah. So deep sea satin is obviously still making that way too pricey. The honourable on my Tempest hide, because I still got loads of Tempest hide at a good price, 195 is still the best for that one. And then the mail at 288. So I'd still go honourable leather to go back for the veiled crystals. But we'll use up our tide spray that we farmed for with a 2x4 farm. So let's do that. Let's move that back. Okay, so tide spray braces. Let's have a look. How many can we make? We can make 220 because they're all in our bank at the moment. So how much do we have spare space before we'll fill it up? 74. Okay, let's do 72 just to give ourselves a bit of breathing room and start creating those. There we go, see if we can get some blues out of this. Let's move up our bags and watch this. Might as well minimise this side. So we need 17 Umbra shards ideally. See if we can get some more. So do I still do them? The honourable one? Yes, I do. Or do you mean the tide spray ones? Because the honourable, I've got the... I still do the scrapping, yes, I will do. For the... oh, I was going to say we haven't got any blues yet, but then suddenly a couple came in. Thankfully the averages came through just in time. We could do with clearing some of this space, but we're obviously going to use it on all our crafting of things. It's because the few auctions that we didn't sell haven't gone on yet. And we didn't post on, rather, these shadowy masks and what have you. We're just keeping hold of them for the moment. But that'll be fine. We'll keep this for the moment. This will keep us ticking over at least. Not much luck on the blues just at the moment. So that's slightly unfortunate. We can at least get some Umbra shards with this. Right, let's do these, disenchant these, and then we'll send over to Erfen for the leatherworking side for the honourable. That should work quite nicely. Maybe it's worth to disenchant the greens. I have absolutely loads of gloom dust, so I'd rather send them over to Erfen. I think I'll get better results that way. We're going to move over. Mail selected groups. All the tide spray. Hopefully these should go over in one go. There's a world quest open at the moment. 20 tide spray for 5 expulsum in Stormsong Valley. Not sure if I've seen it. Oh, interesting, Miss Juicy. Is that on NA or EU? Because I'm on EU. I've heard that the Bloodstained Bones ones are up. You just put in the formula for Veil Crystal and your mat cost went down about 350 gold. Wow, Riso, that's brilliant. You set yourself a goal while watching last Friday's stream of making enough gold to buy a WoW token. Try the Bracer Shuffle and around 3 PM today you made your goal. Excellent, Buzzwell. That's a fantastic success story. Glad to hear it. Juggernaut Nukes, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. It's EU, is it? Okay, well I'll make sure I save some tide spray for that then. We just got this Bracer of the Peerless to send over manually. Let's get that one going. And let's send mail. Okay, so another lot we could probably do with doing. So let's do another 76 there. Let's see how we get on that. Let's do 70, yeah, let's do all 76. Let's create those. See how we get on with that lot. Also try your first shuffle soon. Excellent, let us know how you get on, Jabberlols. Getting those rank 3s. I mean, it does take time. That's the one thing I didn't stress enough when I did the video. Nice with the world boss in Darkshore. Oh yeah, I could do with checking that out. I know you mentioned that a minute ago, didn't you, Nix? I'll have to have a look, see what we've got time for later on. Oh, it's eye level 400 gear, is it? Even better then. We'll have to have a look at that. How we're doing with our blues so far. Been doing the Title Series shall create the champion equipment from enchanting and tailoring. There's tons of profits made in your server for them. Interesting. I've never tried selling the champion equipment. Have you found it? You can actually sell it. Interesting. I'll have to look out for that. So how are we doing here on this? Another 15 to go. mention it so much, you have to go nuts. You need to squeeze what we do in 10 hours. You do in 10 hours into 2. Yeah, that's pretty much the sum of it, isn't it, Mushy? I literally just have to do what I can in the time I've got. And whatever progress I can make, I'm thankful for, essentially. Right, let's go through and disenchant this lot. I mean, it's a good example of doing things with limited time, I guess, because that is one of the things you can do with gold making. Invest more time and you will make more gold. Literally took you 4 hours to do the dailies. Wow, that's quite some investment, Civi. Voodoo Gaming, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Right, that lot's done. A few more Umbra shards, not a lot. So let's send this lot over. Groups, mail selected groups. Let this run through. Hopefully TSM will collect them all up. It's a bit unfortunate that TSM does these all as individual mails rather than bunching them up together. Your stock of Veil Crystal isn't going down when you craft according to TSM. Wish that was the case. I think it's just bugging out on you. That's interesting. Maybe TSM just hasn't quite updated yet. Do invest more time or use your time more effectively and make more gold. Yes, exactly. True Gaming. That's well said. Being efficient with your time is one of those things, especially as you have got limited time. Your TSM always sends them in bulk. Okay. Have I done a video on how to set up the garrison? No, I haven't, Dado, actually. I kind of did it in bits and pieces as I went through all my sort of Walls of Draenor levelling and things. So I haven't got a concise one, unfortunately. I'm sure there's ones out there. Solo account isn't the way to make gold. That's an interesting point, actually. Yes, the more you can do at the same time is useful, but I at the moment my brain can't quite cope with that much, so I tend to just focus on what's fun for me as well as what I'm capable of, if that makes sense. I'm not always the most efficient at making gold, but I'd make sure that I have as much fun as I personally can whilst doing so. How many Umbra shards do we need? We still need another 10, so I'm going to do another load of bracers, see if we can get some better luck with this lot. Let's do another, well, let's do all 72 that we've got there. Oh, don't forget the turn in as well. Hold on, let's just cancel that for the minute. Where's the turn in? You said it was over in Storm Song. This one for the Expulsum, 20 Tide Spray Linen. Now, given my price of Tide Spray, 20 Tide Spray would equate to let's say, well, let's assume it was 10 gold. It wasn't 10 gold, but that would be 200 gold for 5 Expulsum. That's still quite cheap, although the fact is I can get Expulsum quite easily now with all these bracer shuffles. Do I do this for the moment? Let's leave it for the moment. Let's do our bracers as we've still got Tide Spray left, I'm sure. We can do enough because I'm going to use up what I've got here. I've got 694 in the bank, 639. Okay, so it will use it all up. 10 Tide Spray, instantly a do. 10 Tide Spray is 1 Expulsum, never more. Yep, seems super worth. Okay, I'll take your advice. Oh, we sold a Crusader enchant. Oh, excellent. That's good. What else did I miss on there? Known issue for group sending to TSM. Best temporary solution is change setting to send each. Change setting in mail to send each item individually. Okay, it seems we've done it like that anyway. Mad Season Show did a great one on the thing. Okay, on the garrison setup. Okay, that's cool. Made over 1.7 million on one account this month, so I wouldn't say you must have more than one account. Yep, exactly, Sidor. That's good testament to the fact that any method's possible. Right, let's go get this expulsum first before we do the rest, because otherwise I'll end up using all my tide spray and I'll forget about it. So we'll do it this way whilst we're here, and then I can stretch my legs as well. There we go. Alright, double griffin fly. Okay, let's just move my legs out. There we go. Sitting here, crafting your braces on one screen, watching me do the same on the other. Yeah, it's a bit... I'm not sure whether that's a glutton for punishment or not, doing them both at the same time. But it's still fun nonetheless. Alright, so we'll go over, get this... Where is it? Where's the map? Get this expulsum, carry on making the rest of our braces, send those over to Erfen. Erfen will then go and scrap a load of greens, make some honourable combatants gear, and then send it back to Samadan. And hopefully with that we should get enough Umbra shards and Veil crystals to keep us in stock for a while. Okay, so where's this quest? It's over here. We don't need a group for that. And work order, I'll take that, and the skill up, not that we need it. Okay, so what we're left with is 66 braces we can make, so let's make those. See what blues we get from this. Storm song music, yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it? I do love the storm song music. Doing war campaign, need queuing for the kill. Need queuing for the kill for King Rustican. I haven't done the war campaign, I really need to finish that off. So much to do. $60 hours, 1.7 million. If that's 60 hours worth of fun, then it's definitely worth it. There's a lot of quests to do. Okay, well, it'll be worth going through it. Maybe when I have some spare time, whenever that is, of course. We'll see how we get on. I mean, we're having a decent amount of blues coming through here, so I'm not going to spend too long on this bracelet shuffle, hopefully. So that would free up a little bit more time to do some other things. Maybe check out that world boss. See if we can get some level 400 gear. That sounds good. Right, all that's done. Tide spray linen all used up. We only have 14 left. So let's go see. We got quite a few blues there. That's really good. So let's start with those. Good luck on that. 12 blues. So that should be all the Umbra shards I need, in fact. Today's reading about the new allied races. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to those. I'd really like to play them. But I could do with a horde side as well, which I'm not going to get the chance to do for a long while, unfortunately. I still need to make your rogue. Yeah, rogues are good. If nothing else for the lockboxes. Right, there we go. How many hours have I put into the Samadan character so far? That's an interesting question. So, given that I have... Let's see. So I started in beta, vanilla, and I played all the way up through Wrath of the Lich King. Then I took a big break through Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor, and Cataclysm. And then I came back after Legion had launched, maybe about halfway through Legion, and then ever since then I've really escalated my gold making and playing since I came back. So, my slash played for the last 14 years, because Samadan's the only character I've played, mainly. I've only really gotten into alts this past year. So my slash played is... Oh, can't type. Have you got any guesses? Does anyone know what my slash played would be before I actually type it in? Given that my main My main playing has been mostly just this last year. Up until then, I was pretty much casual. I never did any raiding. I never really was at max level for a long time. How about insane amounts? Well, let's have a look. We are at 89 days, 3 hours, 9 minutes and 16 seconds. And of that, this level, so 7 of those days have been whilst I've been 120. So that just goes to show how much I've played over the last 14 years overall. Guessing 83 days. Pretty close, 89. We got there. some good guesses there though. Loving that. A nice range. Very close. Pretty much the same as me. Took a 9-year break, so it started in vanilla. Your played is 92 and 16 hours. Okay, Morat, very close then. Very similar. You can still do all the things on 110s. Yeah, that's also good. Is the fact that there's so much old content to do. You don't dare do that, Mushy. I wouldn't even hazard a guess what your slash played is. So, right, we made our things here. How do we get on with our task list? We're just 2 Umbra Shards missing, so we really need to swap on over to Erfen to get those last ones done. Let's find a mailbox. Send the rest of this through. So let's go through with this and mail selected groups. Let that run through. You have 86 days on your Demon Hunter. Very nice, Stevie. You'll check a random alt. 32 on alt number 10. Want to get your new server gold up, make them running first. Fair enough. Me neither on your main. You have only 47 on your main. Okay, pretty nice, Day. That's reasonable. 67 over 5 characters. That's also reasonable. Yeah, well over 1,000 hours. Yeah, I can imagine. 120 days on alts. Oh, okay. You started your new character on January 28th this year and already up to 21 days, 8 hours. Do I need to mention that you're self-employed? Well, that also works, Proxiva, doesn't it? Because being self-employed, you can, if you're working from home, that really helps. Is you can always have your character on sniping during the day. 609 days on your main. Wow, as I can. That's brilliant. You were over 400. You're 313. You played up to Wrath of the King 7 years. And then you went Roft, a clone, okay. When you came back, your old account got hacked and banned, okay. And you couldn't get your old tunes back. Oh, that's a shame, for instance. 150 days on your Warlock. Days, not hours. 7 years played Rift. Fair enough. Thank you for the reminder, Mushy. Right, let's get this going on our Tide Spray. So let's swap back over to Erfen. We need to go somewhere where we can be rested. Let's pop inside by the campfire. There we go. Next to Mayor Roz. And swap over to Erfen. We'll do a little bit of scrapping whilst we're here. Ah, kind of, sir. How are you? We are in the midst of a Bracer Super Shuffle at the moment. Just going through and making ourselves some Umbra Shards. Been on something else, not had a real main for years, all over the place. That's interesting because I've really just stuck with Samadan this entire time. Interesting how everyone likes to play differently. Right, we should have a whole load of stuff. Now, how much space have we got in our bags? 129. Okay, we can get a load going. So let's get opening on this. Going to be doing the shuffle soon. You ran out of Veil Crystals. Well, that's a good sign. That means you're selling a lot of stuff. Just broke 500,000. Ah, congratulations, Day. Nice milestone to make. Almost half, well, yeah, it's halfway to 1,000,000, and that 1,000,000 is a really good milestone. Okay, well, thank you ever so much for stopping by. I hope you have a good rest of your evening, and I hope to see you again soon. Right, let's go through and get everything opened up. We've got 28 expulsum on us already, so we can make a fair amount of honourable gear through this. So we'll get this done, and then probably have enough room for another lot. Then that will be a large amount of scraps to do. Gonna do your bracer shuffle. Excellent, Sidwell. Join in the shuffle. Although this shouldn't take me too long to just do a few of these. So let all of this go through until it fills up. TSM should leave me some bag space to do the rest. Right, let's go head on over. Oh, stuck. There we go. Right. Let's find ourselves to the scrapper. Now let's have a look. Everything is just tide spray. Just double check before we queue everything up. Queue that all up, and let's get scrapping. There we go. Do I know or use Alcoholic? No, I don't, Dado. That's really good for using your combined alts time, isn't it? That's one of the things. You play too much, level 13 to 120, have 2 110s and 3 free slots on Caldwell server. That's fair enough. Everyone has a different amount they can play. There's a bit more, yes. I'm sure it does more than that, but I haven't really looked into it. I'm not sure what else I could use it for. There we go. Most of what it does is similar to what TSM does. It also keeps track of. Oh, is it really? Is there quite a bit of crossover then between Alcoholic and TSM? You can also search it, basically store all data like items in bags, bank mail, auction, etc. Ah, I see. Yeah, so like TSM does with all this stuff of going from different characters and take this and take that. Okay, I can see how that could be useful. Some of these I need to hide actually. I don't really need to do any of these at the moment. I'll just leave those off for the moment. Don't really need those going on. Just let all this scrap go through. How are we doing on bags? Let's just move this over so we can see our expulsum. Wow, currently at 41 expulsum. That's a lot of braces. Last time I did this I got up to about 100 honourable braces, which was massive. Let's see how we get on with this lot. Obviously we got some tide spray and some nylon thread back as well. Oreo's disappeared. Whilst he's gone, I'll just move his camera off so we can see a bit more of the scrapping process. Basically me clicking a button every now and again. But the main thing we want to do here is just give Samadan a nice stock of Umbra Shards and Veiled Crystals. Although, saying that, Veiled Crystals, I have over 100 of them anyway. So, stock of that, it's mainly the Umbra Shards that we have trouble with. I mean, yes, I could do a Veiled Shatter to get Umbra Shards that way, but it seems a real waste to do that. I'd rather keep hold of the Veiled Crystals for another time. Unless I really needed them. Whether it was sort of like more time efficient to do it that way. Do I ever run out of gloom dust? Going low all the time when you do the shuffle. Sometimes. Although what you could do in that case, Miss Juicy, is just literally one of your sessions disenchant all the greens as well as all the blues, and for like 100 braces you'll get absolutely loads of gloom dust that way, and that would really just boost your stocks for a little bit. Enchanting isn't very profitable, it's slow to sell, so you haven't done as much shuffling as you would like to. That's fair enough, Bacon Bits. I know other servers do vary quite a lot in their prices. It's a shame that it's not quite as profitable for some, so you never know really. Again, Proxiver, I don't know what to say. I really don't. That's just amazing. Thank you again for all those subs gifted. That's 60 subs in the last two streams. Thank you very much. I don't know what else to say, but let's see some chef's hats for all the new subs and Proxiver. Thank you again. That's just amazing. Oreo's going to be turning somersaults at this rate. Let's go over and get the rest of our mail whilst all those notifications are going through. Right, let's pick up all of those. Right, let's go through. Get all of those going. And then I've got one more reload to do, so I'll do that and come through on that lot. I've never seen so many chef's hats in chat. Really, it literally must be it's almost like it's a sub-only chat with that many coming through. That's amazing. Okay, everything's done. Let's do this final scrap. Oh, I appear to have been turned into a witch. Interesting. Very nice. Erfen the witch. Let's get a screenshot of that. We need a screenshot under the love. There we go. Well, I need to be looking in the right direction actually. There we go. So that one, I was pressing the wrong button. We need to be looking at the camera now. There we go. Screen captured. There we go. I look very odd. I look very witch-like. Right, let's scrap all of this lot. Cue all of that. Let's go. What did I miss? Oh, Nick Fingers, thank you very much for the follow. Just caught that at the end there. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're just going through the tail end of our bracer shuffle. We're just going for a scrap at the moment. Is that the item? Is it, Dado? It turns does it turn someone into a witch? The Lucille Acoustico. Brilliant. Good to know. Looks cool though. Revealed as a witch in disguise. And let's go through all of this. Posted it in Italian. No worries. I got the gist of it though. It looks like a Harry Potter spell. Ah, Lucille's sewing needle. Ah, there we go. Alright, let's go through all of this. Nearly done on our scraps. How are we doing on the bag space? We have 62 expulsum. Absolutely loads. And a fair amount of tide spray coming back, which is also going to be useful. I'm not going to go and turn that back into bracers. I'm just going to leave it at this for the moment. You're Italian and even you live in Ireland. Interesting. Interesting mix. Thank you for buying your sinister leather arm guards. No problem, Arthurs. I was resetting the market. I thought the price was a bit low, so I just decided to put them all on, buy them up and put them all on for a higher price. Time will tell if that was worthwhile or not. But at least you got a sale. Right, okay, so we're done on that. Let's go. Oh, that's cool. Doing a Demon Hunter float. Makes the witch look really cool. Let's see if I can do that in front of the camera. That looks very strange. Especially the glowing green. I love that. That's fantastic. I need a broomstick. Yeah, definitely. Just doing it without. That's cool. I love that. Could be useful for the triple jump. What does the triple jump? Let's just do the groups and send that. So the tide spray is going over. Right, so what have you got here? Never want your main language to be the one you use in-game stuff. Oh, right, okay. Ah! We have another Brutosaur. Let's go join the Brutosaur gang as a witch. There we go. Oh, I've lost my witch whilst I'm a Brutosaur. That doesn't work. Where's my witch gone? There we go. What do we miss? Doing an experiment on your server. Craft every food and drink from cooking from 1 to 120. At loss to see which food sells. That would be interesting. I don't know what happens with the old world food. Whether it actually sells or not. I know the chocolate cake does. There we go. I'll go back to a witch. That'd be better. You like to listen when plays in video games. Fair enough. Barely pay your deposit fees. Yeah, that's fair enough. Listen to the story. Yeah, that's true. Won't get as many Veil Crystals as you wanted because of the high prices this weekend. Hopefully you can stock up during the week. Tiny Bruto. That's absolutely amazing. I like that one. That's brilliant. Now you need a small Bruto as well. That's fantastic. I love that one.
Victory is ours.
Right, okay. Let's carry on, otherwise I'm going to not get everything done here. It's a special for gnomes, is it? Interesting. Let's go over and Honourable Combatant Leather Arm Guards. We need our Tempest Hide, which is all in the Guild Vault. So let's go head on over to that. With our Floaty Witch. Go into our first tab. And not Hardened Tempest Hide. Tempest Hide. So let's just take a few of these for the moment. How many can we make? Honourable Combatants. We can make 20 with that. We need more calcified bone as well. So where's the calcified bone? That's in this slot. Calcified bone is here. Oh, there was some Tempest Hide in there. That didn't mean to be in there. That needs to be elsewhere. Let's take some calcified bone out. There we go. So now we can make 70 from our Expulsum into arm guards. So let's create those. There we go. And let's go have a look. Evil Mary Poppins. Yeah, definitely. 1 hour 53 already. God, time's flying, isn't it? What's the price for coarse leather barding on my server? Because of the turn-in at the moment, coarse leather barding is currently going for 198 it seems at the moment. I've got 3 on the auction house at the moment, so we'll see how that goes. Crafting cost of 123. You know, if you have in your personal bank, if you have it in your personal bank, you do not need to have the items in the bag. Yes, Dado. It's although it can be quite tricky with that. I know that TSM has trouble with nylon thread when it's in the bank rather than in the sort of reagent bank or on your bags. I think it has trouble working out how to craft something, but the other stuff like this, using the standard interface, yeah, it's fine to do it straight from your bank. Sold 200 a day so far, 300 each. That's very good, Bullywolf. I completely missed that. You need 5 for the coarse leather barding. Do I? Okay, so I've not got enough on at the moment. You need 400 bardings, 200 diving suits and helmets for when they're turn-ins. Yeah, I think I should have upped my stock on those ones. Match should never be in the regular bank. Profession is okay. Yeah, there is a good cause for it to sometimes, if you fill up your reagent bank, you could have it in your regular bank as well. But yes, I think in general it would be better to keep it elsewhere. It's a lot easier. TSM can track it better when it's in the right place. So unfortunately witches can't ride, so they lose their riding animation. Well, I've lost my witch effect anyway. Okay, so let's go through and post all of these over to Samadan. Are these all going to be individual? Looks like they will. Same with healing pots. Sold so many. Love the 20 procs. Very nice. You can craft some things from there, Mushy. It all depends. I know TSM4 doesn't always like it, but the standard interface does. 42 minutes in the queue and still nothing. Wow, that's a big long queue. That's like doing the epic ones. Oh, Oreo's back. Let's just put your camera on. The epic battlegrounds. That's what I was thinking of. There you go. We got an Oreo. Wild Oreo has appeared. Right, okay, so we're done on that side of the shuffle. Let's do the last bit and jump back over to Samadan, and then finally we'll be able to craft something after all this time. And we still haven't done the cooking side of things, although with the feast prices I'm not so sure on that one. Yeah, that's true. I would like to do the war campaign, so if you've got to queue up for it, you've got to queue up for it. Okay, so we're over here, aren't we? Let's do this whilst we're here. So, into our inbox. Whole load of arm guards. Let's start with that lot. And world boss. Yes, thank you, Nix, for the reminder. Let's do the honourable arm guards. Disenchant those. Make our enchanting and tailoring things. Add in those new things, the cindercloth pants and the royal gear that we picked up. See if we can add that into our groups, and then we'll have a look at that world boss. Should have time, got at least an hour left. So we've also got the time spray linen. There's the Pandaren step that we sold, so that's 112 gold. Let's get all of these gone. That's done. Oh, one more we're missing. Not quite enough. Okay, so let's disenchant some of this, get our veil crystals up. We do have some veil crystals, don't we? Yeah. Let's do all of that. Oh, Oreo's going right for the camera now. Please avert your eyes. Good job, it's just black fur, so you can't see any detail. Cooking profession, optimal time is from Friday afternoon to Sunday morning in general. And most people raid and stuff. Is it really French, Dad? Because I thought people raided quite a lot on a Thursday as well. I'd probably include Thursday evening on that as a raid night. I've certainly found that on Shadow Song. A lot of people tend to raid on a Thursday. After the lock. Yeah. after reset as well, I guess. Wednesday and Thursdays are popular as well. But for cooking in general, you meant not raiding. Ah, I see, okay, so just generally so that when people, maybe those that do their raiding on a Thursday don't need the cooking so much, perhaps. Could be that, couldn't it? Interesting though. My cooking at the moment is in a bit of freefall. Most of my things aren't making a huge amounts of profit, although I am getting a few sales. It's not a massive amount. I would like to do more in the bountiful feasts, but the margins are really tight as they currently stand. So I'm going to have to find a way of getting the materials a lot cheaper. Like maybe using Erfen to do a farm for the stringy loins and meaty haunch. That would be useful. Most definitely. We could do that. Although Erfen does need to do a lot of questing as well. So there's that side of things. Just going through this gives us absolutely loads of veiled crystals. I haven't been keeping track of my Umbra shards. I'm assuming I've been getting some. I'll just disenchant all of these. I've got a few up there on the recent items as well, so must remember to do those as well. Once we've got all of this going. Volatile got reset. Volatiles got reset on your realm today. Selling about 70 gold each, slowly going back down for some of them. Yeah, volatiles are a strange one, aren't they? They're the only things... Those are the ones you can fish up, can't you? The volatile fire. Is that right? This cataclysm stuff. Isn't it? I always get confused with some of them. Volatiles, Eternals and all that lot. Fire goes down quicker because of the fishing. Yeah, there's those pools, isn't there? And then there's the other ones you can only get through farming things like the mobs and things. Slowing down sales on your server in a hole. And it's a high populated alliance one. Yeah, it's a shame with cooking. I really enjoyed it in Legion. Legion was brilliant for cooking. I guess a lot of people got annoyed with Nomi, but I really enjoyed cooking in Legion. Made some good money. With BFA it's not been quite as good. Although occasionally getting some good sales from galley banquets and bountiful feasts does help. But yeah, enchanting going strong as ever, definitely because of the raiding at the moment, and everyone upgrading their gear definitely puts it in a strong position at the moment. Certainly attest to that one. Alright, we're almost done with this veiled crystals. Still got some of the mail I need to pick up. Super sad music as we do this. Last lot coming through. And then, oh, there's just that. And we've got a Pact to Critical Strike. We'll keep that for the moment. We'll save that. And then let's disenchant that one. Okay, so 178 veiled crystals. We've got everything else we need. We just need to do a temporal crystal there. So let's do that. Whilst, oh, we've done that already actually. That's done. Okay, so we're done that, done with that. We need to close that down. So we've got Seal of Versatility, Pact to Critical Strike, Haste, Mastery, a couple of wind songs, Versatile Navigation. There's 4 of those we need to do. The Pandaren Step. Okay, let's start with those. Nice mass res icon on my bars down the bottom. Shame it doesn't work. Is that right? Which one's this one? Resurrection, Mass Resurrection. Brings all dead party members back to life. Does that not work anymore? Seems to be doing something. But there's no dead people around, unfortunately. Looks cool though. Oh, is that a guild perk? They removed it. Oh, right. Okay. I'm not sure with the procs whether it you can counter it in. As a healer, I guess, yeah, I could still do it. Okay. You should see Bridget, my hunter. She's got a whole load of stone shot still. So if you want things that don't work anymore, I don't know what to do with it all. Bullets for a hunter back in the day. Right, Pandera's step. And then we've got some good tailoring things to do here. So battle flags, we can do those. And sinister combatants we can certainly do. And then let's try this new stuff. So got to remember Royal Moonshroud and the Red Mage Weave as well. Need to do that too. Green Woolen Vest. So these are going to be new items. Need to add into a group. See whether we can get some good sales of that. Leaving the food for now. Because I just can't get enough of what I need for this. Let's make this last one. Excuse me. Alright. Okay, let's clear the queue on the cooking. We'll leave that for now. Okay, so... good evening, Sensors. How are you? How's your weekend been? Hope it's all been good for you. Thanks for stopping by. We're just going through and popping on some extras here into tailoring. We just made some new things we'd like to try. So, shirts and vests. This new vest... Red Mage Weave vest, and so that costs 69 silver to make and is selling for 846 gold. And then we've got Royal Moonshroud bracers and robe, item level 100 for both of those. So these need to go into probably miscellaneous outfits. Crusader Orb is the things I really need to look for that, and King's Amber. So maybe I need to look for Crusader Orbs in a shopping search. Do I have... I probably have it in my good stuff shopping. Let's have a look at this. Let's put the items in first. So they're going into shirts and vests, shadow weave, spell threads, waste of time, tide spray, send greens. Is there another outfit I really want to put them in? I don't know. We'll keep it in that. Misc outfits. So Moonshroud base bracers. There we go. Put those in. And then we'll add in another shopping there for the Crusader Orb we got here. Well, let's put in the Cindercloth pants as well, because that needs Essence of Fire, interestingly. Let's add that in, and then add in another shopping here. Crusader Orbs. So we need to keep an eye out for those. Put those in that, and that's going to have a override these two, and we'll put in a shopping search of average buy, and we'll also put in a sniper search of average buy. There we go. There we go. What have I missed? Running Alderman for the rich purple silk shirt recipe. Oh, good luck on that one. Hopefully you can get it. Any good source of info for a new goblin? Make sure it's fun. Currently have max level tailoring and enchanting, 200k liquid gold. Really want to push your gold making to the next level. Well, if you haven't looked already, Logical Truth, have you checked out my tailoring deep dive video, where I go through all of the things that sell well for me on tailoring? And then I'm very soon going to be doing an enchanting one as well. You have a look there. Oh, just sold a Swashbuckler's shirt. That's pretty cool. If you have a look on my... Let's see if I can find a link to the actual video there. Oh, there we go. The one Nix has linked to you. My playlist there goes for getting started with TSM, and then if you go to our main channel page, I have a look there for the sort of the profession deep dives playlist, and there I've got a tailoring deep dive as well as the bracer shuffle, which will be good for your enchanting. So those would be my recommendations to start off with. Right, okay, so let's get that lot posted up. Done all of that, so that should have that done, post scan. Let's have a look at the prices of these things. Just as, so battle flag, that's probably a turn in, I imagine, as the price has gone up high. Now look at the price of that Royal Moonshard robe. I've got no idea if that's going to actually sell for 36,000, but the Sinister, the Cinder Cloth could be quite a good one. We'll see if that goes. And then that one's at 22,000. I wonder what the posting cost is on those two. Yeah, the battle flag is a turn in. It looks like it from that price. So let's get those three up just in case. So it's an 8 gold deposit cost for that robe. So there's probably going to be a limit as to how many times I can post that on. But considering it's 36,000, I'm going to give that a punt. And then Cindercloth is 1 gold. That's reasonable. I mean, deposit on the Sinister is way more than that. So it's really really okay. And then there's the braces. Okay. And then everything else through as normal. Okay. So that leaves that done. Let's have a look what else we've got. Crusader Orbs there. Everything else is there. Right, let's head back to Borealis and then we can check out Darkshore. See what we can do on that front. So moving on, what have we got next? Okay, so Darkshore. Let's have a look. There's a lot of mammoths around at the moment. Why has everyone got mammoths? Okay, so let's go have a look. Do we need to do anything turn-in wise? Let's have a quick look at that. We've got our reputation we want at the moment. We could work towards Exalted for a few things. But given my war resources are still pretty low, I'll leave that. Oh, we do need to do a bonus roll. Let's go get one of those. I think we've already bought one, so let's just buy a second one. Just in case. Water on Fate. Yep, let's go for that second one. Just in case. And then let's head on over to what we need in Darkshore. Let's have a look at the map as well, so we know what we're doing and where we're going. Right, so there's Darkshore. So map. World bosses. Azeroth. It's over here, isn't it? Darkshore. There's the world boss. Radiant Azerite Core. Invis the Decayed. Okay, so that's the one we want. Portal to Darkshore. Let's go have a look. Jump on in. Meanwhile, Oreo's just got his legs in the air. Can't quite see his head though. There we go. Add-on that makes a bad sound when the auction sells. It's called I Sold More. Fortunately, I don't have a link to it, but if you do a search for I Sold More like that, then you should be able to find it. What's my neck level? Don't do very much in that area, but just curious. Let's have a look. 32, apparently, from looking at that. That seems okay. I don't know what it should be. And we can fly here, can't we? Flying's always good. Let's go have a look. Let's see how Mr. Potato gets on with this.
A powerful adversary has been
Right,
spotted nearby.
into the Decayed.
Act swiftly, champion.
Let's find a group. That one seems to be forming up. Let's close in. Let's wait for that to come through. Everyone's doing something. So, has he died? He's literally just died. So I missed out on that one, unfortunately. Let's try again. Didn't manage to get a tag in on that one. Let's try another one. Let's try that one. Oh, running in the wrong direction, that doesn't help. Right, here we go. Let's do a little bit whilst we're here. There we go. 60 gold. Let's do a bonus roll.
Thank you.
And we get Garments of the Forest Lord. 400 chest item. Wow. Okay, that's cool. Let's leave the party. That was very quick. There we go. It's, just missed it. That seems nice. Okay, that's alright then, is it? Okay, can go up to 50. Okay, so what are we on? What do we currently have? So we have chest. Moon Priest Garments is currently 390. I quite like the Moon Priest Garments. So let's have a look at what we had there. Item 400, Garments of the Forest Lord. Pop those on. Oh, very nice. Let's have a look. It's a nice robe. Looks pretty priestly, actually. I like the combination with the shoulders, the chef's hat, and the staff. I'm kind of like a mix between priest and druid and chef. That's pretty cool. I like it. I'll go with that. Right, so what do we need to do with this is we can disenchant this. I guess this is Azerite gear as well, so that makes it all the much nicer. Does this one have Azerite power? Yes, it does. Let's have a look. Okay, so what could we get here? You sure he's still alive? Yep, he's definitely alive. If I go for the belly, he'll definitely respond. There we go. There we are. Crazy cat. He's just got his legs in the air. Right, what have we got here? Powers Radiance, next Holy Nova to deal extra, or apparently restores additional health and applies atonement for 70% normal duration. That would be quite good. I have to remember to use it though. That's one of the ones I always forget. And then we have Standing Still grants you deep roots, increasing your versatility. Moving instead grants you uprooted, healing you for a little bit. That's quite nice, I like that one. Penance deals an additional damage and extends your purge to wicked. I think I'll go for this one. I like this one. I've had that one before, I think. And then I can't get enough here. I need to be level 35 there, and 39 there, and then 43 there. Okay, that's alright. Okay, so we're done on that front. There's a cache there. Is that worth getting? Does that give me war resources? Let's go have a look. Because I need war resources. And we got 29 war resources. Excellent. That's good. Okay, so moving on. Let's Azerite power we could probably get there. A couple of things there. Granok and artifact power there. For a couple of others, that could be useful. It's a trap. It was not a trap. Right, okay, so let's move on. What could we do here? Champions of Azeroth. Oh, that could give me a lot of Azerite power if I did that one. Okay, so let's think about what we could do in the final sort of half hour today. Let's have a look at the world quests overall. Let's go over here. So this is mainly other things like that. Silky Sinatra, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Storytime, yeah, I did have that in mind, Mushy. I was going to do that towards the end. Let me just have a look at all the world things we could possibly do here. We have nothing new there that springs out at me. Let's have a look at this one. We have the Expulsum one, supplies needed. What do we need there? Supplies needed, bloodstained bone. Oh yeah, we didn't do the bloodstained bone. We could do that one. Let's head on back. We've got 7 minutes left on that. We'll have to go back the long way around. Trying to unlock flying in Ward and Legion areas whilst leveling ult. Oh yes, the Ward one can take a while, definitely. Do I have the string or whatever to get the price on Expulsum at hand by any chance? The one for my Expulsum is pretty big. It's based off of the price of Tide Spray or the 2 leatherworking armor arm guards. But I'll happily copy and paste it in if you like. So Expulsum price is, it's in my paste bin. That might be an easy one as well. I'll show you that one as well, Annette. Let me just go through on crafting reports, materials, EXP. If I do this, it might be absolutely too big for chat, actually. I'll try it, but it might get truncated. Yeah. Okay, that's a bit too much. I'm not sure whether that whole lot came in there. Sorry for the wall of text, everyone. It will take. It takes into account both leatherworking and tailoring, and basically takes the cheapest of those and takes them all. And for the put it in Discord. Yeah, I think it is in Discord actually. If you look to the useful stuff and scroll on up, it's got my spreadsheet link in there, which goes through the whole thing about Expulsum. Actually, if I link the spreadsheet as well, that's probably easier. Let me just go and find that again. Open close tab, which had the spreadsheet. Reload. There's that. That's the wrong one. That needs to go over to that. That needs to go to that. Bracer Super Shuffle. This has all the strings in them. So let me just click on this link. This is an easier link. I'll copy this link in. This is to the spreadsheet. If you go to the spreadsheet there, that gives you all my numbers and things there. Do I have the Waterstride amount? No, I don't actually. I could do with getting it, but I need to get the fishing reputation up with Pandera for that one. Okay, what was the other thing we were looking at? That was the searching for usable stuff. So you go into your shopping, and my favourites here is /recipe /usable and then your profession. So for example, /usable tailoring. You look at it here, and then these are the things that I haven't learnt yet. And then if you've got Cecile's recipe tooltip on, you can look at the thing you would also be able to sell with that. So something like a Greater Adept's Robe. I can buy the pattern for 50 gold. It normally sells for 500 to 800 gold. And from that I can make a robe that potentially I could sell for 994 gold. So that would be quite useful. But what does it look like? Oh my god, it's this horrible yellow thing. I guess people would use that. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's not buy that one.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
What else did I miss? Got that. You get rep tokens for anglers with the time walking badges to get them out. Oh yes, you do have to do that. You've never seen your paladin. Uglier the pricier. Yeah. You never know. You never know. It could be interesting, couldn't it? Right, what I'll do then is let's find ourselves a... Where could we go for some good background music for story time? Let's go to... I think we should go to Old Dalaran. And I think we should go to Grizzly Hills. I think. Let's go find somewhere. Let's just close that down. Oh, Oreo's gone. Gone to have some food. Turn his camera off for the moment. Okay, so let's go into here. WoW channel, which is WoW Radio. He doesn't like the stories. No, definitely not. Do you mean for as background stuff? I'll go for background music here because I know that it's definitely fine with the old copyright. But I'll post the link by all means, Logical Truth, and I'll have a look after the stream. I know, what's it? Is it Fruddle that does a load of WoW ambient music as well? That's pretty cool. Let's just go and head round. Does tailoring work okay for not cloth classes? It still works, yes, but just some of the tailoring things you won't be able to use yourself, which depends on whether you think that would be useful or not. Thank you for sharing, Logical. Right, so what I'll do is I'll get myself somewhere nice, and then I'll have a quick bio break, and then we'll do a bit more story time. So we've been reading the novella that came with the collector's edition on BFA. Right, where's a flight point? Is this act as a flight point? I don't know if it does. Yes, it does. Okay, so we want to get to... Where's Grizzly Hills? There it is. Amber Pine Lodge. Okay, we'll take a flight over here, enjoy the sights, and I'll take a quick bio break and I'll be back. We're back. We're back with an Oreo. Oh, what did I miss out on? A Rage Main for the follow, and BK1981 for the sub using your Prime. Thank you very much. Let's see some. We've already got some chef's hats in, so thank you all for jumping in with the chef's hats. Thank you very much. You won a PvP Brawlers Alliance. Excellent, Danny. Congratulations. Here we go. Here's the music. Love this one. How much gold I got right now? About 1.5 million, I'd say. Plus another 100,000 on Erfen. And what else did I miss? Lamnican, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, we've got an Oreo. Where's Oreo gone? There we go. Oreo's right in front of the camera. There we go. Next to the Griffin Master. Where's my keyboard gone? Logical Truth, thank you very much for the follow. Let's find ourselves a nice bit of scenery to go and sit in front of. Oh, I have to put that on first and then go slash sit. There we go. Sat at the end. There we are. And what else did I miss? Wow. 10 months, Lanakan. That's absolutely amazing. Right at the top. Is that the top right now, 10? I would say that's pretty much up there. Thank you, Lamnican. I really appreciate that. Continued support. Let's see some chef's hats for Lamnican. Thank you very much. Could make a custom string using number expires as a reference. Oh yes, I missed the question. What was that? To filter your crafts based on the amount sold daily. Yes, or you could look at sale rate. I believe you can reference sale rate in some way. You might be able to get something from there. Yeah, that's the one. Reso Rocker got you there. Region sale rate, or DB region sale rate. One of those. Right, okay, so we'll finish off with a bit of story time. So I've been reading the collector's edition novella every now and again, and we got through a fair amount last time. Where did we get to? There was an attack, and where did we get? Oh, we got quite a, I need a bookmark. That would be useful. We didn't do that. Oh, that's the Horde side. That's why. We need to go this side. Alliance side. I forget there's the other half to read too. Haven't done that yet. We did Ferrin. Ferrin was good. Part 3. Did I do that much? Sentinel's arrival. He went to the Moonwell to meet her. We did see a massive orc. Yeah, we did that one. So basically, the Horde had attacked. They'd fallen for the ruse, and I believe also forced expression around neutral, and that was it basically. And then we've got part 3 is the onslaught. Lovely bit of picture there as well. Okay. Right, okay. So we'll finish off with a little bit of story time, just to end. So part 3, the onslaught. The first have fallen, the vanguard of this battle, preceding us. To the realm of wisps and shadows, we yet have blood to shed. Theirs, ours, it is the price, for time to save our shining city, cradled in a tree of dreams and starlight. Anduin Rind, Tyrande Whisperwind, Velen and Gen Greymane stood together at the Lion's Rest Memorial. Anduin felt a hitch in his chest, as always, as he regarded the carved stone image of his father. Even now, months later, it was difficult to believe he was gone. Sometimes, when Anduin came here at twilight, in that pause of breath between day and night, he could almost convince himself his father was present, standing just out of sight. "This is a peaceful place," Tyrande said. "I am glad to see this." She and the other Alliance leaders had come shortly after Varian's death, when a symbolic but empty coffin lay in state. This tomb, too, was empty. There had been nothing left of Varian to bury. Even so, Anduin felt closer to him here than anywhere else. "The citizens of Stormwind are very understanding," Anduin said. "When I come here, no one disturbs me. There's a beautiful view of the harbour behind it." They were descending the steps when one of the Stormwind guards raced towards them. Anduin ran lightly down the rest of the way to meet him. The others followed. "What's wrong?" he asked. The guard caught his breath, but when he spoke, it was not to his king. "Lady Tyrande, there's been an attack. Evacuations beginning. Refugees coming through portals." Tyrande went very still. For a moment she looked like a statue, even more beautiful than Hayden in the Temple of the Moon. Only the vein beating rapidly at her throat broke the illusion. Then, "Take me to them." There were already a dozen refugees gathered by the time the four leaders reached the wizard's sanctum. Archmage Malin had held open portals for even more. They were civilians, blacksmiths, tailors, bakers. A lone sentinel had accompanied them, and upon Tyrande's appearance, she strode forward, knelt, and extended the scroll. Anduin recognised the seal. This was from Malfurion Stormrage. Tyrande's eyes widened as she read, her mouth set in a grim line. Despite the nature of the discussions held in the map room, Anduin had been enjoying her visit. Now, though, as if watching a transformation subtler but every bit as significant as that of Gen turning into his Worgen form, he beheld the change in the Kaldrai leader from priestess to warrior. She lifted her head, and when she spoke, her voice was calm and steady. "The Horde is attacking Ashenvale." "Ashenvale?" Anduin repeated, dumbfounded. "But Silithus is—" Gen started to say. And then they fell silent, as terrible comprehension burst over them. The news struck Anduin as viciously as a punch in the stomach. The massive Horde army Saurfang had assembled had never been intended for Silithus. Ashenvale did not have the power to stand against an army as large as the one Anduin's spies had reported. And Ashenvale was all that stood between the Horde and Darnassus. He was angry, stung that, despite all his efforts, Sylvanas Windrunner had once again played them all, like an instrument. This time, Alliance blood would be the price. Gen smacked a fist into his hand, breaking the stunned stillness. His face was flushed, his eyes bright with fury. "Sylvanas tricked us. Shore's so-called spies reported what they saw," Anduin said heavily, his own guilt clawing at him. "That's what spies do. We cannot blame them. Both Saurfang and Sylvanas are brilliant tacticians, and old hands at war." He took a deep breath. "This failure is mine. I should have known the Horde would make a move the instant they saw an opening." "Older heads than yours did not expect this," Velen reassured him. Despite his comforting words, Velen's brows were knit together in deep concern. "There will be plenty of time to blame, and plenty of blame to share later," Tyrande said. Her voice was clipped, controlled, countering Genris's heated outburst with cold rage and a brilliant mind of her own. "For now, listen." She continued reading, translating and summarising for them as she did so. There was a coordinated attack on several outposts and patrols, including Silverwind Refuge, Astronar, Stardust Spire, and Mortian's Rampart. Her voice never trembled. Anduin marvelled. To him, every name was like a blow. As of now, the Horde is likely stymied. Malfurion believes the current commander of Ashenvale. Tyrande's eyes widened slightly. Then she resumed. Dilaran Silvermoon will attempt to hold them off at the Falfaran River. It is a natural barrier and currently swollen from recent rains. Anduin thought back to the spy reports, heart-rendingly inaccurate when it came to the army's destination. The spies had nonetheless diligently recorded the weaponry. The Horde has siege engines. It'll be difficult for them to cross. Tarandi nodded. Malfurion has recalled the navy that is en route to Feralis. Delaying the Horde at Falfaran could buy precious time. No one asked the question. Would it be enough? Anduin looked at the frightened faces of the refugees. If the Horde made it to Darnassus with that kind of weaponry... He swallowed and took a deep breath, asking the light to help him clear his head and focus. Stormwind will send reinforcements immediately, he said. Tarandi nodded. She knew, as they all knew, that one could not move armies through portals as one did handfuls of individuals. He could send all the reinforcements in Azeroth, and like the army the Alliance had so smugly assembled for just this purpose, they would arrive too late to do much good. Or maybe not. Perhaps Elune, the light, would be with them. This is your people's territory, Lady Tarandi. I know the Kaldrai will make the Horde fight for every inch. The terrain is on your side, not theirs, and you understand it on all levels. These heavy weapons could spell the army's doom. To the Sentinel, she said, Shandor Malfurion has done the right thing. Let him know that you have heard what you have heard here, and that Stormwind is prepared to host evacuees. All who can come will find shelter with us. You have my word. He turned to Velen. I entrust you with the care of the refugees, he said. Will you escort them to the cathedral and see to their needs? Of course, the prophet replied. It will be an honour, please. He said to the refugees, Come with me, my friends. He inclined his head to Tarandi, who managed a strained smile. There are many Gilneans still in Darnassus, Gen said to Anduin, as the group of refugees followed Velen down the carpeted ramp. I'd like to go and bring them back here. My people need to see they're not forgotten by their leader. Anduin shook his head. At this moment, I need your experience and advice. If worse comes to the worst... Do not worry, Tarandi assured Gen. My people will make sure yours reach safety. I thank you, but I can't just abandon them. They need to see a familiar face. Anduin understood. Fond as the Night Elves were of the Gilneans, Gen's people would still feel lost and frightened without someone they knew and trusted to take charge. Perhaps Tess, he suggested. I'd send her if I knew where to find her, Gen growled. He paused, thinking as the portals continued to hum and more Night Elves stepped through. Mia, he said. No one knows how to calm people better than she does. Besides, she spends half her time there. Queen Mia Greymane was indeed a frequent visitor to the Howling Oak encampments in Darnassus. Anduin was very fond of her, and had to agree. With her quick wits and kind heart, the petite but strong-willed Mia was the perfect choice. King Anduin. It was the Sentinel, Ariadna. Anduin thought her name was. This is only the beginning. Shandor Malfurion has issued orders for complete evacuation, not only of the city, but of the surrounding area of Darkshore. Then he believes there is no hope. No one said it, but he could see that everyone present shared his thoughts. His mind raced with several things at once, evaluating where to host the Night Elves. Once the cathedral could take no more, they were not a populous people, but Darnassus was a major city. What this would do to them as a people, to their culture? How would in the world he could get anything to the combatants, weapons, soldiers, other supplies, in the needed time frame? I'll send a unit of Stormwind Guards to assist with evacuations in Howling Oak and wherever else in Darnassus they can. Archmage Malin, get a message to Dalaran. Tell them the situation and ask if they would be willing to join us here in Stormwind to get more refugees through portals. Malin nodded. As for Ashenvale, I'll dispatch what forces I can at once. Velen will have whatever he needs and whatever public space we can find to house the refugees. I'll send someone to the Netherlight Temple and ask the Conclave priest to help us. I'm certain Archbishop Fowl will be glad to help. Tarandi had remained silent for a time. Now she spoke to Sentinel Ariadna. I will return with you. I will join Malfurion in this fight to defend our city. The Sentinel went to her knees. She spoke in Darnassian, not common, and so Anduin caught only some of what she said. Whatever it was clearly from the heart, and equally clearly moved Lady Tyrande deeply. She knelt and embraced Ariadne for the long moment, then rose and went to the refugees. They reached to touch her, shyly yet hungrily, and Anduin saw the concern on their faces. Tyrande slipped an arm round her mother carrying an infant. When she spoke, her voice trembled for the first time since this horrifying ordeal had begun. I long to return and fight beside my husband, but my people need to know that someone is here for them when they come through, and so I will stay. Her eyes flashed. For now. Let me just make sure I'm not AFK too long. There we go. Let's just jump. Queen Mia Greymane was preparing to depart for Darnassus before her husband was halfway done asking her, as he had known she would. They had been together for so long and endured so much they almost didn't need words to communicate fluently. Even so, Gen couldn't help reminding her to get in and out as quickly as possible. Mia promised she would return within a few hours. After a full and loving kiss for her husband and a long compassionate hug for Tyrande, Mia understood better than most how much her decision to stay in Stormwind had cost the High Priestess. She stepped through the portal only half an hour after Sentinel Ariadne's arrival in Stormwind, with the assurance that Stormwind guards would arrive shortly with food and first aid supplies. She and Ariadne emerged in one of Mia's favourite places in all of Azeroth, the Temple of the Moon. Normally the temple was serene and airy. It was crowded now, though still orderly, and the murmur of quiet but anxious voices drowned out the soothing splash of the fountain. Queen Mia, explained the mage who had held open the portal for her, and Ariadne. We were not expecting you. Don't look so surprised, Mia replied, stepping out of the way so that the patiently waiting night elves could go through to Stormwind. She nodded reassuringly at them, projecting her usual cheerful take-charge confidence. I am not surprised, said Astari's Starseeker, approaching them with a warm smile. Of course you would come. The two women embraced. The Queen didn't like to have favourites, but there was something special about this soft-spoken, green-haired priestess. They had always had a rapport. Quietly, Mia asked her, How is everyone holding up? We are Calderai, Astari said simply. Mia developed a lump in her throat. Gen seldom kept secrets from her, and the news he'd shared was frightening. He had asked her to make sure all the Gilneans in Darnassus made it safely to Stormwind, and for her to return as soon as that task was complete. She made a decision on the spot, not for the first time. Mia Greymane would do what her heart felt was right, no matter what anyone, including her husband, wanted her to do. I'll be here for a while, she said. Once my people are safe, I'll stay to help yours. Queen Mia, I do not think King Gen... Mia waved Astari to silence. You leave Gen to me. Even in the midst of the tension, Astari's lips twitched in a ghost of a smile. You know him best, your majesty. That I do. Now, she turned to the mage. Malia, is it? Yes, your majesty. Will you come to the Howling Oak and assist with the evacuations there? Of course, he said. It will be an honour to aid the Gilneans. There's quite a bit more, so I'll probably finish it there, and we'll carry on another time, I think. God, there's actually loads of this book. We still haven't even got to the last chapter yet. And then we've got the whole Horde side as well. Cool, it's going to take us ages, which is cool. Which is cool. Mushy, wake up. Let's just have a look where we're at. Just holding over here. Let me just finish up on chat. What have we got? I can't read, I need to focus my eyes. Logging in fresh, DK. Listen to Storytime while you level. Never mind. Okay, hey Jet, how are you? Long time, hope all is well. All is very well, thank you very much. Thank you for stopping by. I was in the middle of Storytime, so I couldn't speak at the time. Oh, is Cookie here as well, is she? Or is she gone again? And John, how are you? This is the novella that comes with the BFA Collector's Edition. I'm reading the Alliance side at the moment. So we're on our way through at the moment. No worries, Stevie B. Glad you enjoyed it. I think I'll probably, as it's just turned midnight there, I'll be finishing up. So let's see if we can find someone to throw a host over to. Hopefully nothing too... Let's see who's on. Looks like no one's... I was looking for someone quiet I could do, or chill, and it doesn't look like any of my usual ones are on. No worries, Jet. Thanks ever so much for stopping by. It's good to see you. How's your gold making going? Right, okay, so let's go on. I think we'll just finish it there. So let's say, first off, big massive thank you to everyone who's hung out in chat tonight. Everyone for your subs, and Proxivar for the repeated gifting of subs. That's amazingly generous of you again. My next stream will be on Wednesday night, so until then, have a lovely start of your week, good rest of your weekend, happy gold making, and from me and Oreo, we'll say good night, farewell, and we'll see you again very soon. Till next time.